Hi! Welcome to Night Marathon 7. This year we're going to do the Texas Chainsaw series. Who's seen the most? How many have you seen?
I've seen all but 3 of them.
All but 3? You've seen 2? Seen 2? I've seen 3.
I've seen 2.
0. Shall we jump in?
Yeah.
You guys want me to lose the subtitles?
For most of it, it's just gonna be bracket screams.
You're gonna want to clean that.
Franklin, do not touch that button.
Everyone in the 70s looked like they're 43 years old.
Yeah, totally.
Those big octagonal glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, now just walk into the house.
Walking inside. When there's a tooth outside. Like.
They don't have smartphones, guys. They have nothing else to do.
What the?
Whoa! Yep. No music cue. I didn't remember that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. The more I see, I just think you should be leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, neat hooks.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Grave robbing in Texas is
Whoa! Whoa! Ah! Oh! Wow! Nice.
Well, it's a work day.
Whoa!
Oh hell no!
There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
Thank God. Oh God, Sally, run. Oh,
Yes!
hell yeah, Sally! Hell yeah, Sally!
She just, like, no hesitation,
That's
just
right.
jumps
Hell
out the
yes.
window.
What you should do.
Oh God.
There you go, girl.
And now, once again,
Yes!
just jump right through that window.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yes, Marilyn Burns, you rule.
So that was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 1974.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Probably could have cut out about 45 minutes of it, but I liked it.
I can't believe it was made in '74. It seems like pretty ahead of its time, and the cinematography I think was incredible.
Yeah.
Like really, really impressive, and kind of like I look at other slasher movies that came after it. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't pick up on the good cinematography from that, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of basic.
It's also the difference when you got like Toby, you know? Toby's in there swinging for the fences.
Like how improvised everything felt. It just seemed real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That last dining room scene.
Yeah, from the dining room on, it just then it started to move as
It's
soon as she
raw.
got out of there. It's like
I'm a little with China there. It took a long time. It was
Yeah.
that screaming.
They-
cut to screaming, cut to his face.
They
like,
wait in it.
like,
Let's look at her
yeah.
eyeballs some more.
Yeah.
like some of those shots, like where you're just in tight on the eye, is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable.
Once again, there's gonna be spoilers for everything always throughout the entire
Oh, yeah.
day. So like a group of kids is going on a road trip. They pick up a hitchhiker, real weird dude, has a cat purse and starts cutting himself. Once they kick him out, they end up at the house. The house is unfortunately very close to this other house where the family, bunch of killers. They all ended up getting butchered by Leatherface.
Not all.
No one.
Well, she kind of gets butchered a little.
Yeah, she gets cut up
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
cut up.
and smashed in the head, but she gets away.
She gets away.
Yeah.
Good
And
for
one
her.
thing that's really good is that you really don't know if she's going to get away. You kind of assume she's going to die.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, there's
So-
nothing there that says like, oh, she's a survivor girl. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine seeing this in '74. It was pretty much Psycho, and then that was it with any of the conventions of any of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
This is before Halloween. It's
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Before Black
This
Christmas.
is before any of them,
Yeah.
right? They were just doing stuff that like no one was doing, which I think is why it sort of lasted.
And the hard
Yeah.
cut to black is awesome after
Yeah.
all that noise.
Yeah,
And I liked how when you first see Leatherface,
Yeah, the doors slide open,
It's
and you
incredible.
react like the guy does.
Eric
One of the best.
slams his
One
head.
of the
Hits it with
best
a hammer.
horror
Yeah.
kills ever.
Yeah.
Slams the door closed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, we've got Tamra, we got David, we got Aaron, we got Sellers, we got Jill, we got China, we got Craig. Shall we move on to Texas
I'm
too?
pumped actually.
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
I'm guessing very few have seen number 2.
I haven't seen it.
I'm so excited to see your guys' reaction to this movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
10
wait, so
years later, 84. Directed by Toby Hooper again, but I hear it's quite different.
Oh, it is quite different. I
Sorry,
just wanna
86,
see-
it was 12 years
I
later.
just want to
12
see how
years
you
later.
guys.
Yeah. Tom Savini, there's some.
Oh!
That's
Sam
Toby.
Hooper?
That's
Yeah,
Toby.
it's him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Seen it.
Oh! out the beer.
Wow.
How is this guy still alive?
Yeah, this gets actually sensual here.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Whoa, what?
Yikes. Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa!
What?
She trap
she
door.
They're all nuts.
Oh!
It's.
Oh, man.
She's wearing his face right now. I don't enjoy the change of going from just their house to like this weird giant like
Lair.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
lair.
This seemed more like a movie 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh!
Is
Nice.
there a sequel with Leatherface?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Oh, those little cuts.
they have to practice that.
That's
And then
right.
she's doing the thing.
That's so dumb. That's so
Why?
So that was Texas Chainsaw 2.
So we have a radio DJ plays music for people who are driving fast. Two jerks who are driving real fast run into Leatherface on the road. Cuts guy's head off, and it happens while they've called this radio DJ. She gets it all on tape. They crash the car. Police say, "Oh, that was an accident. His head was cut off." Nah. There's one cop who is the brother.
Is he a cop?
He's not a cop. I think he's like he's like a Texas Ranger.
Played by Dennis
Sure.
Hopper.
He's
Film,
Franklin
yeah.
and Sally's uncle.
Franklin Salazar, yeah.
There we
so
go.
He's been trying to figure out while these murders have been happening all across Texas. Nobody believes him because they say they're all accidents. The DJ says, "I have proof. I know it's happening. I could hear the chainsaw and hear them screaming."
She plays the tape over the air, and then they come to get her.
They beat on the other disc jockey that's in there. They beat his head in with a hammer. He doesn't die. They take him to the lair, and she follows them.
They have a huge home now. It's this big underground lair.
It just turns into this very long, drawn-out hide and seek. The dinner scene happens
Again.
one for one. Again, they bring out Grandpa.
The exact same dinner scene.
The cop shows up after he bought 3 chainsaws.
That was cool.
yeah,
and
the
then-
chainsaw fight was good.
Leatherface takes a big chainsaw through the belly. Grandpa blows everybody up with a grenade except for Survivor Girl.
And Chop Chop.
Yeah.
Survivor Girl kills twin brother of the guy who got run over by the truck.
Yeah.
She does the victory dance to mirror the
Very
end
awkward.
of one.
Yeah,
Very
very awkward.
I was actually really excited for this one the most during the day because I love camp and I love cheese and stuff like that from horror movies. And I had heard that the second one was like so different from the first. And while I loved the first, this I was very disappointed in. All the pieces were there. It just didn't really come together in the fun way that I was kind of hoping it would.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I really enjoyed some of
I
it.
wouldn't call it that. I wouldn't say that one of the
Yeah,
worst.
he's not
I'm
into
not
this
even
kind of
into
stuff
horror
though.
movie. I was really bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna get worse for you today.
Yeah.
Clearly, he's trying to sort of jump off from the end of the first movie where it's like this just crazy family scene. And I think a lot of people probably latched onto that. So he's like, okay, we'll give you more of the family. And there are parts in that are fun and they work,
Yeah.
but then it just ends up being way too much.
Yeah, yeah.
We get way too
Yeah.
much of Chop Chop.
Well, there's great production design all throughout this.
Great production.
There's
Yeah.
great sequences. Leatherface takes her buddy's face and puts it on her.
Yeah.
Like, that whole thing is messed up and crazy.
Yeah, that was
like,
cool.
I was
Uncomfortable.
very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah, but that's the whole.
Totally.
It totally works.
I loved her too. I loved her. Caroline Williams. She
Yeah.
was great. I'm gonna say I still enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I'm glad I've finally seen it. I've heard a lot
I'm
of
glad I
people
saw
talk
it
about
too.
it.
Yeah.
Especially right after watching the first. Definitely disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm still having a much better time than Hellraiser.
Sure, sure.
Right.
Hellraiser 2, I think, was better than Texas Chainsaw 2, though. Next one is called Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
They all take a really long time to start up cars in this series.
Yeah.
She looks like she's been out here.
What?
Oh,
no.
He's just become Michael Myers.
Yep.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Whoa! What?
What?
Oh my god.
Oh
She needs to pick up a chainsaw and do a little chainsaw dance.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
the only way to end these movies.
Ding.
Okay, that was Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
We start off with two characters who are driving across country. They stop for gas, they run into a bit of trouble, they get in a car wreck. The guy they get in a car accident with is a survivalist. Basically, they run into the family who's completely different. None of the first two movies, they don't exist. This is just a brand new world.
Grandpa's the same.
Grandpa's still there. A couple nods to the first one, complete disregard to the second. So they kill a lot of people, then a lot of those people return. I guess they weren't killed. The girl and Benny get away.
Yeah, at some point there's not really much of a plot. in this
No,
movie.
once again, you end up in the lair of this crazy redneck murder family. This time, however, it's like an entirely different kind of family. Viggo Mortensen is part of it.
Robert Kurtzman, supervisor.
Yeah, can be. They do amazing gore effects. We didn't see them.
Yeah.
You don't know if this was just like the rated cut from when it came out in 90 and the MPA had their way with it.
I think that's the feeling.
Anytime there was going to be an on-screen kill, it inexplicably cut away,
Yeah.
which was not cool.
No.
No.
I will say I had more fun with this one. It was bad.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Once we get to the house, there's like a little girl as a member of the family. There's a mother.
There's a matriarch. Yeah,
There's a
it's
matriarch. It's just
yeah.
great. Like the family seems much more loving of each other.
They
Yeah.
do. It's nice to see them.
Like I said, they're not screaming
It
at each
warms
other.
your heart, yeah. I couldn't see a lot of what was happening. It was all really dark.
Yeah.
And like, especially that last fight.
On we go to one that I'm looking forward to. The first one I ever saw, because it was on the new release wall when I was old enough to start renting Texas Chainsaw movies.
Nice.
Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation, starring Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Then
Wait.
5 years.
This was made in 94 and it's set in 96.
Released in 1994.
What?
What I miss? Out the window.
Hell yeah! That's
Yeah, dude.
great.
And right. Yeah.
Nice, I'll look up for the outrun anyway.
And now it's North by Northwest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
That's some accuracy.
Is that?
That's no one, right?
I don't know who that is.
We haven't seen her before.
Yes.
That was terrible.
That was terrible.
We're halfway there.
We are halfway there. What did we think, guys?
I loved this movie.
It was awful.
There were a few fun dialogue things at
Yes.
the beginning, and then other than that, complete garbage.
I did.
Things seem to happen like at random without any just reason.
The synopsis is literally as simple as kids are at prom, kind of a group of friends try to go home, get lost, they get into a car accident, Matthew McConaughey shows up, kills two kids, one
Yeah.
breaks one neck, runs over another, people end up at totally different Leatherface house,
Yeah.
pseudo dinner scene.
Yeah. There's
Renee
gotta be a dinner
Zellweger.
scene in every one of these movies.
It turns into a guy from some weird secret society that's about pain. Says, I want you to make them suffer. A final confrontation with Leatherface happens.
And then he drops her off at a police station.
It was pretty cool that Matthew McConaughey was dispatched. A single propeller airplane comes swooping down and hits him in the face.
Yeah.
Although,
Yes.
who was flying the airplane? Was that from the company?
We have no idea.
Okay,
There's an airplane that we see from the beginning of the movie throughout the middle.
I assume that is just like a bystander who just saw what was happening.
Oh,
I
step in.
guess.
Talented
The no-name
bystander.
pilot.
I'm reading things about people talking about the ending because the ending of this was just weird. So I guess the woman on the gurney, was Marilyn Burns.
Oh.
And the person pushing her was the guy who played Franklin.
Oh, okay. So it's just a nod to the first movie
It's
that
a
means
really-
nothing.
Yeah.
Confusing nod. I will say there are a lot of funny moments.
Okay.
Once all the torture stuff started happening, which in very nonsense ways, it
Yeah.
wasn't funny anymore. It was uncomfortable and boring.
Yeah. It was really slow and boring. One thing is clear though. McConaughey and Zellweger are stars.
They were so compelling the
They
whole time.
actually, I'm amazed that they gave it their all.
Yeah.
Actually.
And Renee Zellweger especially. She was so good in this movie.
And in Another Life was a track star.
Yeah, she
She
runs
can
so
run
well.
So fast.
She
She's
ran
the
more
only
in this
person-
one movie than the entire rest of her career. Do we have anything else we'd like to add to our discussion of this movie?
Don't watch it.
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Our remake.
With Jessica Biel.
This is incredible.
Yep. And remember
Yeah.
that shot. That right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Good.
This is like the first time today you're responding
Yeah.
correctly to a movie.
Oh dear.
I just gotta say it. She's extremely hot.
Somebody has to.
Someone
It needs to be
needs to
said.
say it. There's tension in the room.
Every movie you got
Run,
progressively.
run, holy
Yeah.
whoa.
Oh, and his nails come out.
No, 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 no.
I remembered that. I remember that.
No, 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 no.
Give it a good old salt.
Oh.
See, that's the kind of thing you gotta know you can do.
Oh! Now he's just f***ing with them.
That's cool. You're not gonna be able to catch him.
Oh!
Oh god. Oh, get through. Go. Go. Oh man. As a high schooler, I thought that was real footage.
No, you didn't.
For like a second, my friends were like, Taylor, no. That was great.
Hell yeah.
Tough.
Good one.
I enjoyed it.
That was the Texas Chainsaw remake from 2003. Platinum Dunes.
That was a good one.
That was great.
Yeah, it was great. After 3 and 4, it was just really refreshing to see something that was like really well produced, like overly produced.
I
Like-
forgot after 3 and 4 that there were good movies. Like, I completely forgot. And now I remember that they can do good movies. Yeah.
For 2003, I feel like this is a great
Yeah.
horror film. I think the early 2000s were a bad time for horror.
I don't know.
Really?
Not to Jake. There is no bad time for horror.
I just remember such
Yeah.
a cheesy, bad, all the same kind of thing, and this was like I had fun watching
Yeah.
this.
This was well paced and it was well acted and the story made sense and everyone's motivations made sense.
Yeah, similar to the first one, we have a group of kids in a van heading this time to a concert back from Mexico where they're also smuggling weed. They have way more like things happening than the other kids did.
Lots
Yeah.
more detail.
And they pick up not a hitchhiker, but a girl who's traumatized. She kills herself in the van, trying to figure out what to do with this body. They call the sheriff. The sheriff's not, you don't want,
Not my kind of sheriff.
don't call him.
No.
Just don't call him.
Don't follow.
They end up at the house, of course. One by one, they get picked off. All the sequences were great. It looked beautiful.
I think everyone did such a good job with acting.
Leatherface was awesome.
Big dude, his
So
movements
scary.
were cool.
Yeah.
The mask looked great.
I think it was
Yeah.
a really good like remake that in the fact that like it wasn't like shot for shot, it wasn't like exact, but it was a really fun interpretation of
Yeah,
the
there's original was like really shocking and disturbing in deep ways.
Yeah.
This one wasn't that, but it was a really good horror movie.
No dinner scene.
No dinner scene. The
Which
first
is
movie-
shocking.
The first movie with no dinner scene.
And it's the one time we see him without a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was really effective.
No
And
nose.
very
No
creepy.
nose. Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. Oh jeez.
Woo! That's
Seatbelts.
a-
Seatbelts.
Whoa, shit!
Woo, that was a snatch.
Damn!
I didn't mean that.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah, I've seen issues.
No, we've never seen it. Never seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, the stringies.
Yeah.
There she goes.
Oh, window. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the window
right.
dives. That's
Yeah.
the 4th window dive of the series.
Oh, that's how he lost his teeth.
Nice.
Because I was watching the other movie, like, I wonder how he lost those teeth. But now I know. Okay, good.
Oh.
Ouch! Ouch! Owie! Owie!
Oh.
That's gonna bruise. Oh no!
Whoa!
That could have worked out better.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. What do we think?
Wasn't half bad.
I thought it was great because I've only seen like 0.5 movies all day. I got to see some of this one and it was wonderful.
Yeah, it's 1969, so it's 5 years before the events of the first movie. We're following two brothers who are going to Vietnam, one who is re-enlisting and one who has not been. He's gonna dodge the draft, and the two girlfriends.
They stop for gas.
They stop for gas. Never stop for gas.
Don't stop for gas.
Just
Texas.
don't. No, never.
Just stay out of Texas.
And they run into like a biker gang, and one of the bikers tries to rob them, but gets pulled over. And right at the beginning, we see them closing down the slaughterhouse where Leatherface is working before he's Leatherface.
Tommy.
He kills his ex-boss, and then his dad or caretaker, because Leatherface was born on the floor of the slaughterhouse and thrown away in the trash, is what we found out in the beginning of this one.
Because he was ugly.
Yeah, that's probably. His dad kills the sheriff and kind of like takes his outfit and car and just makes himself de facto sheriff, getting people with the sheriff's disguise to eat for the family. Jordana Brewster from the Fast and Furious has to kind of try and get her friends, one of which is Matt Bomer from the Magic Mike movies. Everybody dies.
Great.
I think it's better than 3 and 4 for sure, but it was a significant decrease in like amazingness from the previous one.
Pretty standard slasher fare.
Pretty standard like early 2000s slasher, I feel like.
Okay.
You know that specific.
They're really harping on it.
The early 2000s
Like
horror
Hostel?
for me
Is
is
that-
very. It feels like very
Yeah,
just
Hostel
like
kinda sucks.
very standard.
Some really good effects. I mean, like some really good
Yeah, and it overall
face
didn't.
peeling was
Face
good.
peeling was cool.
And it didn't look bad overall. Like,
Yeah.
nothing. The mask was good.
Well
Costume was
produced.
good. Acting killed. There were some pretty good kills.
Another Platinum Dunes movie, so it's gonna look good.
Yeah, I kind of like this run of these two.
Like if we hadn't just watched 5 other movies that kind of were like this, this would be a less boring thing to watch.
Yeah.
And I wasn't super bored until like the second half when it's just she runs here, Leatherface chases, she runs here, sheriff guy chases. Texas Chainsaw 3D?
Let's go.
Like it.
Oh my god!
It's really bad.
I think that's the worst mask out of all.
Absolutely.
I like this though. This is an interesting.
This feels like a different kind of movie.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the going to the haunted house movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that's aggressive.
That's a little, yeah.
Oh,
Go, vertigo shot.
Oh,
It's cool. In addition, they have now changed up the formula because she was immediately captured.
Yeah. Oh no.
oh yeah.
3D.
None of y'all are buckled.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah.
That never happens.
It doesn't.
Oh, I like that.
That was great.
That was really cool.
Ooh,
3D.
guys, 3D.
Alright, this whole sequence is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Slow,
Get-
medium.
Die already.
This is the thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a. Oh, he sees the symbol.
That's why the shirt had to be undone. It's
that
plot
that is
oriented.
why.
Guys,
That
it's
is
not
why.
about sexuality.
When the
This is really weird.
Yeah, it's got. It's super
Why? Why would you support him?
Absolutely.
He has a chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw, also Texas Chainsaw 3D. Imagine it in 3D.
Oh yeah, I bet it was just like that, but it popped out more.
Yeah.
it picks up immediately after the first movie.
Yeah.
So there's a shootout. Bunch of people die. Oh, there's a baby. Save the baby. Baby gets adopted.
Stolen, yeah, by
Yeah.
some of the people who killed the Leatherface family.
Right, yeah, by this big group of people. That's our main character, and she looks like she works at Hot Topic.
Yeah, so
and
now it's like
she-
present day, but she's like 20. The timeline doesn't add up, but
Yeah.
it's played by Alexandra Daddario, so everything's fine.
So
Sure.
she's like, she asks her parents, I gotta find my roots. Where was I born? And they're like, in Texas, but don't go. So she goes anyway, inherits a big house.
But also Leatherface is in the basement.
And Leatherface is in the basement.
Yeah.
Because there's this mysterious letter, which at the end she reads, he's your cousin.
But it's
And-
pretty rad because like it's very different from the other movies of today.
Yeah.
As soon as Leatherface gets out of the basement, she's running around, but the mayor of the town was a member of the mob that killed her previous family, so he's against her too.
More or less, the other ones are like, introduce the characters, oops, torture time for half the movie. And this one, it's like multiple locations, multiple...
Yeah, the carnival. He
Yeah.
scares away a person who's got a fake chainsaw, who's in the pig mask and robes from Saw.
Yeah.
We get our
Great.
first full
I did.
half body cut.
Oh yeah.
If yesterday you would have told me, hey, Craig, you're gonna kind of like a movie called Texas Chainsaw 3D, I would have punched you in the face, but I kind of liked it.
And then it gets weird at the end.
That's the thing. So at the end, it gets weird.
The mayor is there, and one other random guy who's part of the mob. Leatherface is there. They're like, oh, we're gonna kill Leatherface. She has an opportunity to escape. Doesn't. Throws in the chainsaw. He proceeds to kill both of them.
Well, because they are awful. I actually
Totally.
chuckled with glee when I heard the chainsaw start up behind the mayor.
Yeah.
You know?
So
So
the end is really dumb because
She
she
decides to
suddenly
help.
thinks that Leatherface is like worth saving.
Even
which
though he killed all of her friends.
Yeah, it was just like, I'm gonna save him because we're family.
Yeah.
And then
Which
when-
doesn't make any sense.
And then
But
when
she's never
Leatherface-
had family though.
Yeah, but still. And then when
I think though, where the last movie suffered because we've watched
Yeah.
so many, and I'm like, I would have liked this if I just had seen it. This one gained more points because we've watched so many. I'm like, all right, this is fun and stupid. Cool,
Yeah,
I like it.
I
it was
had a
just-
fun, stupid
And it
time
was
with it.
different than the others.
Yeah,
It's not Shakespeare.
it's not Shakespeare.
I'd rather sit through this than Shakespeare.
I mean, 100%. And we only have one more.
one
Yeah,
more.
just one more.
Yeah.
2017's Leatherface.
Your one sentence review. Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Good enough.
The rope.
What?
No.
Just go.
No. Bye.
No.
Seriously, no. Bye.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Oh, your pants.
Oh my god, he's stabbing the roof of her mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Whoa.
Damn!
Nice little detail.
It's over. That's all there is. No more.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, dude.
That's how it is.
And that's how you do that.
Broke my heart.
That's gnarly.
Tried to make you sing.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
And there's muscle tissue that needs to be okay.
Wow. Okay. All right.
You're ruining a perfectly good couch.
Yeah.
Don't call your mom. Don't call the mom crazy.
Yeah,
That
you
was
can't call.
a terrible misstep.
We need
And that is the Texas Chainsaw Night Marathon. We just finished Leatherface. What did we think?
I think it was one of the most beautifully done pieces of garbage I've ever watched. Because I don't care about the origin of Leatherface. They're somehow trying to make him a sympathetic character in this movie.
Like Rob
And that's
Zombie's
like
Halloween.
bad from the beginning.
They made me sympathize with this character, but this character wasn't Leatherface.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
very big separation. So we start off in an insane asylum for kids. There's a breakout, and it's very like, who's gonna be Leatherface? And you think it's this one kid, and then it turns out to be this other kid.
Well, let's be clear. We never thought it was the one kid because it was too obvious that it was going to be
I
that
thought it
one
was
kid.
who it was, like, right away.
Yeah.
When I watched the first movie, what's so amazing and terrifying about it is how completely random and uncaring he is about his killing. He's just like, the guy walks in, boom, hammer, dead. It's like immediate. It's the most immediate kill I've ever seen in a movie.
No music cue,
And it's
no
beautiful.
Yeah.
They're trying to make some sort of narrative around why he's crazy. I don't buy it.
I understand what you're saying by garbage, but
Yeah.
in my mind, what it truly is so unnecessary.
Just unneeded.
The movie is completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's a prequel to a prequel.
I wouldn't say
It
it's
is-
worse than 3 or 4.
No, but I
No,
would,
no, no. This was more entertaining than 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I thought I had seen 2 of these. I've only seen the remake initially. And so what I thought was that Wolf Creek was one of these movies.
Oh,
and
sure,
it's
sure.
not.
So, best movie of the day?
The first one.
The best one is 1. The most entertaining was the remake.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Worst movie of the day?
The
4.
last one.
4.
4.
I-
4.
Well, I
2.
didn't see 4, but the
2.
the prequel.
2.
No, you said when we watched 4 that 4 was
Yeah,
worse
but
than 2.
I've had time to think about
Next
it.
Generation was the
All right,
worst
all right.
movie of the day. I don't know why
Hated
you
it.
hate 2 so much. Anyway, doesn't matter.
There were
Yeah.
some funny one-liners in 2 out of the little bit that I saw.
Once again, where does it fit into the list of the Night Marathons?
Oh,
if you were going to sit
God.
down and watch an entire franchise, Nightmare is still number 1 for me. Halloween, Friday, Texas Chainsaw, which I did not expect. Because I'm not into, like, the redneck hillbilly murderers genre. The last, like, 4 Saw films are really hard to get through. Still, Seed of Chucky is still at the bottom. Because
The worst.
the whole Chucky series is because
No,
of Seed of Chucky.
but-
Still the worst movie I've ever
Well,
seen.
and then
Including the most
Hellraiser is
recent
just
one.
above that, right?
Barely.
Only just.
I was very surprised at how much I liked Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Oh,
Like,
that
yeah.
part. This
Yeah.
was the first one
Yeah.
that I didn't take a nap during.
Oh yeah, you stayed awake the whole time. If you want to check out any of the other Night Marathons, there's a link to the playlist right there. Happy Halloween, and remember, the Saw is family. Good night.